All right, Barnabas, here's the plan. You're going to go back and talk to the giants and fix things.
All right. Val Soran stands up. He was only half listening to what you're talking about with giants. Mark, describe Quintessa as she wanders into the Half-Axe Inn.
Quintessa is, she looks like a young woman. Well, you can see the unique haircut to say on the token. She is draped in a gold gown and finery. She wears a holy symbol around her neck. We showed this symbol of Ouijas earlier, I think.
Yep.
Holy symbol of Ouijas for those who can make a knowledge religion check. I think it's a pretty obscure religion.
Yeah, it would probably be a 20 or 25. Maybe 20 if you were from this place, because there's actually a temple not too far away.
Right.
But
And she walks in, her nose held slightly high.
yeah, typically not the place that you find yourself in. It's an older inn that doesn't have a lot of patrons. There are some of the members that Val Soran had described to you earlier. Widget actually turns to Val Soran. Is that your wife?
Yeah, everyone's looking at Val Soran's like, is she cool or what? Is this
She
her?
looks around, like sort of takes the place in.
He like purses his lips and he seems really annoyed by the question and just shakes his head ever so slightly.
She puts a hand down on the chair beside her, then lifts it up immediately and is kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit there. I wouldn't advise that. That's where Sonny was, leaning over. This one over there is fine.
Val, darling, is this the band?
Some of them.
Wonderful. So we will be traveling north together. I assume Val has told you that.
He nods.
Good. But just a second. Knowledge and ability, does he know who she is?
Knowledge and ability.
60.
60?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know she's called the Silver Countess because she owns a silver mine that is at the base of the mountain.
Yeah. Countess Morgane, to what do we owe the pleasure of your company?
Countess? Oh, Widget.
A countess. Wow.
I have just the drink.
Yeah. Make me one of those too, says Widget.
Absolutely.
Props himself on a stool on the other side and he's just watching. Nobody comes to like pull out chairs for you. Val doesn't. Val just lets you.
Nope.
She looks like she was gonna sit, then decides against it.
Honestly, all the chairs are
Prestidigitates a little cleaning spell on the glass before trying it.
Tell you how much I rolled. 51. Shite.
That's quite good.
Yep, he made basically
thank you.
a spritz with fruit and some sort of southern rum.
It's
So
contrasting tastes, you see. That's what
I am
gives that
assuming
flavor.
you are wondering why I am here and why I will be joining you. And that is a fair question, as I'm not one to normally leave the confines of my temple. My people are being attacked, and I wish to put an end to it. An administrative bris. Let's say you raise some eyebrows. So impress me, and you might find yourself rising in station, so to speak.
Oh, interesting. I don't. Any of us care about station? We could probably take care of the problem ourselves. If you don't have to worry about it. It's just point the way, give us the location, and our geographer, Barnabas, here with it.
Shut up and make the drinks. Barnabas, do your thing.
We usually do best when left to our own devices. You understand?
We-
I do.
We work well together.
What I would need to do, however, is explain to Administrator Briss why I didn't follow her request. It's not something I typically do. It's not something I'd like to do. So instead, what I'm going to do is follow you, join you, when you go on your little mission, and we vanquish the enemies of my people. Val, darling, you'll be joining us?
Of course.
Excellent.
Barnabas, we're getting paid for this, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get paid. It's to be negotiated. We haven't gone up yet and scouted anything.
Allow me to do the negotiations then.
No, that will never, ever happen again. We'll end up paying them for every dead gnoll.
Well, what's wrong with that deal?
Oh, no, it is my point.
When are you leaving for the Greystone? By your plans, this is the
I was going to ask you.
4th week of winter, and you guys were planning on going in the 7th week of winter. So
About 3 weeks.
4th. Still. Okay.
Turn here on the blank of blank.
Yep. The 7th week of winter.
7th week of winter. Should be
Dangerous.
fine.
Dangerous terrain to be traversing in the middle of winter.
Yeah, we'll give Slake the day off on this one, so
Yeah, I'm busy.
I'm not gonna be able to do anything with you then. I have to work on
no,
more.
you do what you do best.
Diplomacy.
No, making things.
Shit. Quintessa, it's been a pleasure.
Ah, Thogrim, is it? Oh, sorry.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yes, you must be Thogrim the Cannoneer.
Yes. It's an honor to meet you, Quintessa.
Likewise. I've heard tales of your exploits.
Ah, well.
The one that built the bomb pod, says Val, looking up from his drink.
Yes. Yes. Correct. I mean, it was all my master's work. I just put the final touches on it, nothing more. Really.
And the mechanical man behind the bar is...
Spins his hat. Cog. Amadeus, actually, at your service.
Greetings.
Makes pretty good drinks. Val's got a little bit of...
Yeah.
His head turns backwards. Thank you.
Does this bar have a limit?
As long as the fluid's on the tables over there, then no. Should get all you like.
There is a lady present, so I will keep that joke to myself.
You
Val
should try.
nods. So, not girlfriend? We just trying to figure out there. Somebody had joked about wait till you meet Val's wife. He's already shaking his head no that Quintessa's not his wife or his girlfriend.
And you, my gnome friend,
Widget?
will you be joining us on our little excursion?
I think so. He glances to Barnabas.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Your name is
Widget.
Widget. It's an unusual one for a gnome.
You were informed that Widget was a shadowcaster, and that he, during diplomatic relations to an outpost of the Imperium, not on this world, Widget's aid was very helpful.
Okay. But Shadowcaster.
But a shadowcaster, yep. You think he might be skirting in the gray zones of like having to report himself as one, but shadowcasters tend not to be the not to be very forthcoming. You were basically warned that you may not agree with the way he casts magic.
Okay.
Widget seems to be not very formal. He's playing bar back to to Cog's bartender right now, rolling a cigar.
Who else will be joining us?
People going to Citadel Grimstone were Widget, Barnabus, Brennos, and Cog.
Amen if that. You ever
Yeah,
finish.
Eamon should be done. The reason why you're waiting so long is that you were kind of waiting for Eamon's training.
Well, we're going to wait for Brennos is coming with us. I'm waiting for another one to finish his training.
Is that the dwarf?
Brennos is the dwarf, yeah, street prophet, if you will.
Val seems to have at least heard of Brennos, and he returns to his drink. He doesn't seem to be too concerned at this point with what Quintessa thinks about things. Like, he's on his way to getting drunk.
That's enough.
There are no dangers here, that's what he says.
Oh, you're among friends. Relax. Unless you see a black dragon walking around, then we're in trouble. Yes.
Why would I see a black dragon walking around?
Yeah, Val has pushed his drinks away at that.
She raises an eyebrow like, see, I told you.
Fine, mother, is what he says.
There we go.
Did you just call her mother?
Yes. There's no way that lady is that guy's mother. They're too close in age by appearance.
By appearance, and he is a half-elf.
Yep.
Madam, if I may say, you look wonderful for your age.
Thank you.
Welcome. Like, fucked up, burning, hands backwards and shit. You're doing great.
Zero charisma. You look great.
No, I've got a 1 charisma.
A +1 modifier.
That's Cog. Hold on. Yep, 0 for Thogrim. Yep.
All right. How will we be traveling? By foot, steed, magic?
I hope you take the magical route there, Barnabas.
You say in your territory, your people, have you been to where the attacks were taking place? I assume she has at some point.
She's gone out to some of the villages on the edge of her territory, but there's still a large swath of territory to get up to Greystone.
I can get as close with a teleportation. It might take a few. She's looking at all of them. If you would be amenable to it, I could pull the memory of the place from your mind, and a few of us could teleport at once.
Mother, I don't think you should let this man cast spells in your mind.
No.
Does Eamon count toward
No,
Barnabas?
to be allies, we must trust each other. And besides, I have you to guard me.
It's a lot of teleports. A lot of people teleport. Can you do that many? Cog, Brennos, Barnabas. Well, you don't count yourself. Does Eamon count?
Eamon counts, yeah. He's a person.
Eamon, Widget, Contessa. 5. Can you do 5? And what's his name? The guard. 6?
6, so we'll need 2 teleports.
Thogrim's doing the counting in his head. Oh, I'll be leaving now.
Yeah. Okay. Val Soran says something to his mother, Quintessa Morgane, in High Imperial.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, I remind you that I can teleport a single time in a day. Yeah, he's got teleport.
Mm.
I could prepare more. I'd prefer not to.
Then don't. Save your teleportations or prepare one for an emergency, as you see fit. I think we have enough teleporters. Looking at this group.
Barnabas, do you wish me to stick around and help you teleport on that day?
Well, that's kind of rude. They're having a conversation in a language that.
Oh yeah, widget teleports. Yeah.
Just talking about teleporting. They both look at him like,
You know High Imperial?
oh, I know a lot of languages, yeah.
He's a geographer. Widget.
Barnabas shakes his head like,
The best geographer, you need to know all the languages in order to get around, you see?
Read all the maps.
Of course.
nice too.
So you've spent no time in true Imperial courts?
What, me?
Yes.
Oh, fuck no. Twice how long I've spent a lot of time in an Imperial court.
No.
No. Oh, speaking of which, Countess, I'm looking for references. You know what? This can wait.
Yeah, you're like, I probably should just take the test until I have the references, get it all done at the same time. So you're like, I need 5 references. Yeah, the Countess would probably be a sufficient ranked noble to provide a reference.
Well then, I shall return in 3 weeks.
Crap. A Centurion Major of the Imperial Guard could also provide you a reference.
Yes.
Moderately high-ranking officer, basically.
Yeah.
Val puts on his helmet, likes the drinks.
Anytime.
See
Don't
you
tell anyone.
in 3 weeks.
Come back anytime.
He grabs his bandolier weapons, even though Barnabas now knows he can just conjure weapons. And he catches up to his mother, who walks pretty fast.
So
Val
she
has to
all our mother
hustle
now?
to catch up to her. Yeah, Val's got a speed of 30.
I don't think she's any.
Oh, she's not a monk or anything? Or?
She's not a monk. She's got 2 levels in monk, which doesn't give you any bonus speed.
Okay.
She's a sacred fist war priest, which has monk-like things to it, like AC.
A war priest of Ouijas, who is also a god of magic and death, and then vanity, I think is the thing.
Vanity, yeah.
All right, the curious mother-son pair leave the Half-Axe Inn, and they're going to return in a few weeks to go to the Greystone Citadel to handle some gnolls.
Strangest couple I've ever seen.
Yeah, a bit weird.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, so,
It's supposed to be in the 80s, I believe. Huh. And look it.
you're slightly older than I am. Well, Barnabas, if you don't need me anymore, just make sure you fix this thing with the giant. I'm gonna go and start making your things.
Yeah, let me just come here real quick. I'll pull the giant, the whatever.
Remember, Sonny was heading most of this, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I just want to know where to teleport.
Oh, where? Yeah, it's in my head.
Yeah, that's what I want. Thank you.
All right. Now I cast your spells.
Okay, cast
Share memory.
and
Yep.
pull the memory of the place out.
This is the giant.
Yeah,
symbol?
the
Delve.
Crag.
What do you got to fix?
Well, did you look at what I did?
Ta-ta!
And it looks like the highest of giants and.
He plays its way.
They hired giants for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what the job was. And this Schematics? He's looking at the door like, are they still there?
Yeah, they're gone.
That's treason.
Oh. Well, they probably shouldn't have promised it then.
According to the port, yeah. This weapon, well, a lot of them can pay for that.
Well, is this a binding pact, or is this just sort of an agreement for an agreement?
It is an agreement. It's an agreement for an agreement. It's chisel and fucking stone, apparently, so they bring that to fucking court.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's our problem anymore.
I was going to go and settle things up. Make sure they're not expecting a fucking cannon.
Yeah, but it says here that they are.
Yeah, I gotta explain to them why they don't want one.
Okay. What are you going to give them instead?
Nothing.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to go over very well.
Or they're gonna be grateful that we don't come back and just make the Howling Crag the Hollow Crag, because there's no one left.
Why don't we just delay giving them a cannon? Like just, it's coming.
Well-
it just never comes.
I think from what I'm understanding, what Barnabas is saying is, with 3 or 4 of our members, they solved the problem within what, an hour or 2?
It's a few days.
2 days, all right, with some rest. What if the whole lot of us went? We can just wipe them out.
Well,
I think
that's
that's the
exactly my
point.
point, yeah.
What the hell were they thinking?
I don't know.
They made friends. You got friends now.
We're not paid to make friends.
That's not the point. That's not our jobs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Slate comes out and there's like one breastplate missing, like like it's all open to the inside. It's kind of freaky looking. Looks like he's in the middle of repairs. Shakura's pretty good, and we'd have to kill a bunch of her people, and it's probably good the way it is.
But I think Barnabas has a point with that cannon thing. It is just like an Imperium weapon.
Maybe he says bad schematics that just never fire a weapon.
Well,
I don't know.
my people just live down the mountain, so giving the giants a big-ass cannon sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, just don't give it to them.
Well, you don't want them getting crossed, now, do you?
I'll break their knees. You know, in a nice way that we can still be friends with Shakura.
I think you need to go and speak with him again. You need to fix this.
It just happened. If you go today, that's like 2 days ago we made a deal, and then you're gonna get punched.
You're right. Wait for Eamon. You should take my punches.
You're gonna get punched.
Good point. Where is Eamon?
Oh, being lazy again is what he's doing.
Yeah, there would be a transition to him just getting beat up by a bunch of traitors, or like learning how to fight with a sword and trying real hard and sweating and
and then transition back to Barnabas drinking. Lazy.
I have to put him to hard work when he comes back.
yeah.
Not pulling his weight, he is.
You know what? I'm going to leave it to Thogrim and Sunny to solve the problem. It's their problem. They created it.
Yeah, they created it with magic.
No, they created it with stupid talk.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Oh, it fucking glows.
Still.
Can I break those magic items? The +7 club.
No.
All right. I'll break the other ones.
What other ones?
The big pile of loot we got over there.
I didn't even go through that. I won't miss anything.
All right. Barnabas said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let us identify it first.
Yeah, let's have a look at it first.
Yeah, cowards. Draping yourselves in magic. afraid of your own ability.
Motherfuckers.
Iron Man who keeps pounding more iron onto himself.
Yeah, so?
Let's call you a coward for covering yourself in iron.
It's armor. People wear armor all the time.
He's magic all the time.
Not the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing.
Not everyone can use magic. Everyone can use armor.
I can't use armor.
Sure you can.
Oh, it's fucking heavy.
Well, you build up muscle.
No, I'd rather not.
Who's lazy again?
Ivan.
Lazy. That's the door. Fucking winners.
All right.
Okay. That week is nearly done.
Congratulations. You convinced me to leave it alone, Marty.
It'll be fine.
Marty's got plans.
It's not that big of a deal. Well, aside from the one thing that you hoed in on. The treason thing? It's probably not.
It's probably not a good idea to do treason.
All right, so that the fourth week of winter, Agony's up to who knows what. Slake is doing hardening. Cog, you finished selling your belt. Thogrim, you're retraining a feat. Brennos your simulacra are doing crafting for Brennos. Sunny's off doing face punching with Mistra. Brennos needs to commune with the gods, which we'll do when Adam is back. Yeah, basically Brennos he had some questions of the gods. Now, I don't know if he's still doing it with the current things that have recently happened or not, but we'll leave that as a plan. We've got Barnabus is starting to write his PhD in magic. Holy crap. Weren't you just studying your legal stuff?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's boring. Let's study the foundations of magic again.
Okay, what normally a PhD is like there's a hypothesis, an experiment, or some sort of study, or some sort of like literary study that proves the hypothesis.
His
what's the hypothesis?
Has to do with inter-world travel using the world-to-world ley lines that we've discovered exist.
I see. So ley lines off planet.
There's like planetary ley lines that
Yep.
go beyond just the world.
Okay, and
we
then
discovered.
and you're saying your hypothesis is that these exist, or you want to show that they exist.
So he wants to show that they exist. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Normal people, it would take several years of writing and experimentation. Barnabas has already been a professor, like even before, as his backstory. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you, how far do you think you are from a 300-page document with, a year or two of studying? Like, how far do you think you are away from producing a thing?
Well, according to this sheet, 9 weeks.
9 weeks, 45 days
Yeah.
of nonstop work, and you've got a ring of sustenance?
He does have a ring of sustenance.
So 45 days would be like...
With the ring of sustenance, because that's just what I got listed here.
70 days?
Would be multiplied by another half, so add another 20, so almost 70 days. Yeah, you could get pretty far into a project that you might have already had things brewing or working into it. Sure. Okay. Also, so you're starting that. Where are you doing that work?
He is going to do that work in
Thogrim's.
He'll gather his things that he needs, and he'll do it in Thogrim's.
Pull out a desk in one of these sleeping areas.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bed
Thogrim's
onto
Forge.
the desk.
Okay. I'm just going to stick you over in Thogrim's Forge.
He'll see if he can get one of the stronger characters to move his desk for him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just get a golem to do it.
I've got underneath Amadeus Confession.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that about?
Amadeus is having a personal crisis, despite his shitty moods and just general discontent. And it has been suggested that faith may be the answer So he is going to confess after dropping off all of his acquired wealth
Okay.
to the Church of the Five-Faced God in Overlook.
All right. And then, okay. So you've got wealth. So you've got two forms of wealth. You've got the wealth that is all of your gear, and then you've got wealth.
He's got his gear, but he's got like, what is it, 100 grand in there?
I don't know. Probably on your character sheet.
It's not, because it's 0 now.
Oh, so you have all the downtime wealth,
Yeah.
which was 102,538 and 11.
Yep. Well, less, he did retrain a feat, so
Okay.
750.
All right. So there's about 100,000 gold pieces in portable form. Is still a considerable amount of wealth.
Wheelback cords and
Yeah.
trailers.
Yeah. You've got this massive trunk. Let me see. 100,000 divide by 10 for platinum pieces is 10,000 divided by 20 coins per pound. So there's still a trunk with 500 pounds of platinum coins in it. If you didn't get all platinum coins, it's just like 1,000-pound trunk with all of your treasures in it.
So he's got stretchy arms.
All right. So your stuff was initially kept in the in Amadeus's little area in the half-axe inn.
Yeah.
You kind of took over this couch.
Loads it all into a trunk.
Okay, and you have all your gear on you, all your battle gear and everything. What are you doing with Gordon?
Gordon's on my back.
Okay. All right, and when are you leaving?
It'll be like in the middle of the night.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a perception check for the group. Grimstone Chronicles North. Okay. Cog, what are you doing at night right now? Like, what is Cog's?
Cog he doesn't sleep, right? So he just
That's
just hangs there.
Yeah, you were during the day selling your belt, so you were basically up counting coins at the bar, and you can hear Amadeus going gling, 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 like shoo, 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 as he's coming down the stairs with his big trunk.
Yeah. Hey, Amadeus, what's up?
Slake is also Slake is working on. You can hear it tinging from the back workshop, but it's not.
Where you going, Amadeus?
We're gonna go out.
Excuse me.
I don't know if I'll be back.
Wait, what? Where you going? Whoa. He hops and sits on the bar. What do you mean you don't know what do you mean you don't think you're coming back?
I'm gonna go find some peace of mind, and I don't think I'm gonna find it with you. I mean, not you specifically. Actually, rather like you, Cog. But some of the rest.
Well, I mean, it kind of seems like you're just running away. Not calling you a coward, but why don't you sit and talk with all of us? I don't want you to go. I'm sure none of us here want you to go.
I didn't say you want me to go. I want to go. I won't find what I need here.
What are you looking for?
Peace with myself.
How are you planning on finding that?
Brennos thinks faith is the answer. I'm going to give that a try.
Well, they're definitely not going to find it with this group.
All right. Hold on a sec. Flips over behind. Gets out a bottle of holy water and makes him a drink with the holy water.
Buddy.
Take that with you.
Thank you, Cog. Extends a hand.
All right.
It's been an honor.
It has. Don't be too far. Just be careful because you've made a lot of enemies, right?
We have, but I can take care of myself.
No, I'm well aware of that. Just make sure that wherever you are, the people there can also take care of themselves.
If you really need me, I'll come if I can.
All right. Well, I'll get one of the casters. Maybe I can do the rest sending if that ever comes to it. But well, I'll check up on you. How's that? Sending here once in a while.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
All right, sir. I wish you all the best.
Cog, you notice that he's got his entire bit of wealth earned by the Dragon Horde in the heavy chest that he's lugging around.
If you want me to count that for you.
Counted.
Cog's just jesting with you.
Besides, don't you owe Dugan some money?
He pulls a small bag. I've had it here for the last 6 months. I know that boss will come around
now.
Yeah. 2,000 gold. No, you take care of yourself.
You too.
Wear that pin and remember the good things that we did.
I will.
All right.
Look after the rest of these hooligans.
I'll do my best, but they're morons.
That they are, but they could use your guidance.
Right on. He drinks and the liquids fall out. He doesn't have a throat, right? He just pour it. Take care.
Slake's just in that room.
Slake is, yeah, you can hear him. Clink, 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 clink.
He looks like he's about to leave, and then he's like, I'll feel like a dick if I just leave. So he puts down the chest, knocks on the door.
Yep. Give me a sec. Clink, clank, clink. All right, come in. Slake's holding up one of his chest plates, like he's embarrassed of the showing it the inside. Like it looks like he's doing some sort of replacing dented plates, or it's his version of face punch training. He's hardening.
All right.
What is it? What do you want?
I'm leaving.
Okay.
Might be a while before I'm back.
Like going where?
Not sure yet.
You run that by Barnabus?
I don't run anything by Barnabus.
Good for you.
He offers a hand.
You're going for a long time, huh?
Might be a while.
You're not going to put me in one of your weird locks if I shake that?
Not this time.
Okay, he puts down the plate and you can see, oh God, there's this like pruny dwarf chest that's lost all of its hair and it's got weird bolts sticking out of it.
So Amadeus is really not one to judge.
He goes over and he shakes your hand. How strong is Amadeus again?
He's 32? 34? I can't remember now.
Yeah, Slake without raging is 36.
Yeah, Slake's stronger.
He just gives you a good squeeze. Yeah. All right, well. Slake sits awkwardly.
Yeah. Till next time.
Yeah, you look after yourself.
You too. Don't let them teleport you around too much.
Fucking magic. I swear. I swear I'm gonna break all their.
I heard it all before.
Slake actually wanders out where Cog is. Did you know about this?
Just found out. You see 100 gold pieces sitting on top of the chest.
What's that for?
Don't forget me in your prayers. God knows I did some things I'm not too proud of with this group.
Oh, so you guys put to good use.
Wait, what's the money for?
Penance.
Who?
Never mind, friend. Don't worry, it's being put to good use.
You're giving it away. Is she giving it? He's going over and complaining to Cog. Is she giving all that money away?
It's his money.
Yeah,
There's
I know,
really
but-
nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's his money.
What the fuck?
We miss you, Amadeus. Fights won't be the same without you. Literally, they'll be much harder.
Care of yourself,
You're
Iron
soft.
Brothers.
What did you call them?
The Iron Brothers.
The Iron Brothers?
Yeah, that's true. Hey, he'll make Slake one of his acid concoctions.
What the fuck do you think all that was about? Should you follow him?
Not sure. He's been different since then. He hasn't been as mean as before, remember?
Yeah, we almost got into it when we went to Karak.
And cue Incredible Hulk sad theme walking in the
Cog will make his drink with Slake.
But you're just letting him go.
If you told me that you wanted to leave, I wouldn't
Yeah.
stand in your way. I did talk to him about staying and talking to everybody else.
But I
Seemed like he's
expect
already
you
made up his
know
mind.
why? Is there anything you can help with?
It
Spellbending
seems-
or not?
It seems that he's not going to find what he's looking for with us. It seems like he's looking for some kind of salvation.
He got rich and then he thinks he doesn't need us anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be Playboy Amadeus.
I think Amadeus has definitely changed. So an iron gut drink it's got a bit of acid and it has a bit of
Should we tell the others?
let them sleep.
All right. You make that call. Anything bad happens, it was your fault.
Anything bad happens to him is his fault.
Yeah, I wouldn't go wandering around the streets alone with all that cash.
It is Amadeus though.
Yeah, I guess.
Fucking beats them with the chest.
On the 20 plus.
Okay. Where are you going on with this?
Church of the Five-Faced God.
In the Divine Knot neighborhood?
Yep.
45 for iron gut. Him and I will drink it. I'll be right back. Sorry, kids crying again.
All right, so you go from half-axe in. Oh, there's a Amadeus there. Old Amadeus. And guess you gotta walk around town and then up to the Divine Knot.
Okay, maybe I'll spend a couple gold for a ride on a cart.
Yeah, you go and find a cart. You spend a couple of gold on a cart, and then you basically get a ride to the Divine Knot. They don't question very much. You go to the Church of the Five-Faced God. It's at night, so the doors are closed. Amadeus has a pretty good sense, or a pretty good perception check. You can hear muffled, but there seems to be an argument of sorts between a man and a woman. Yeah, the man and woman voices. Their argument stops, and eventually the door doesn't open, but like a slat opens up, and there's a woman's face. You almost expected the man to look through. It is a nun or a sister of the Five-Faced God. Yes? Oh. You're one of the... Your business here at this hour?
I've come to make a confession and a donation.
Okay, the slat closes, and you can hear probably her repeating. Open up the doors. They open up the doors. It's not how it's done. Not now. We have a petitioner Amadeus interact with the Five-Face God here at Priest of the Five-Face God?
He
in
hasn't
Overlook?
yet.
Okay. Give me a sense motive.
Motive 33. Pretty awesome at that.
Yeah, these two aren't getting along for whatever reason.
Is there issue I could help with?
Woman was about to say something. No. You mentioned a donation as well as a confession.
Yes.
Would you like?
I want to make it clear. This donation is not in any way to affect the confession I am about to make.
That's the massive box that you've put down inside the doorway. Of course, he says. Perhaps then confession first.
As you wish. You're gonna need a quill.
Most irregular at this time of night, yes, but apparently this man is in spiritual need. We will not turn him away.
Thank you.
What is your name, creature?
I'm Amadeus Van Aert.
Errant. Priest looks to the sister. The Von Arringtons, the railway baron Von Arringtons?
He's my father.
I see. Do you have any proof?
No.
She says.
It is irrelevant.
She looks really annoyed when he asked proof. Have you not the spell's father? Yes, of course. Come, leave your belongings here. They'll be safe inside.
Might want to lock the door. That's a lot of money.
Your sister goes and closes up the door, and he brings you to the confessional. You're almost a little too big for this to be comfortable. You gotta squeeze yourself in this little box. And he knowledge religion.
This is not against the monsters. So +9. $11.
He seems to go through the rites. You've never done this probably before, or you maybe did this when you were a kid, but it was like, I had bad thoughts and, didn't follow a rule or something. It's been a long time.
When we are finished, you should call the authorities.
Authorities? Whatever for?
We are about to do confession. You will find out.
You realize confession means that you are confessing to your sins against the laws of faith.
The two intersect.
I see. And you would permit me to go to the law of this land, whose lords are not of the Five-Face God, but of their mourned-in summon, to ask for their judgment upon you?
If you prefer an Imperial Inquisitor, so be it.
No, you know what? It's fine, he says.
I will leave it in your good judgment.
In retrospect, it would be, you realize it would be suspicious as to why he would defer to the locals than to actually summon an Inquisitor.
Okay.
It's just something you're like, damn it, I should have known. All right. He asks you to confess.
Amadeus confesses. Well, the first thing I need to confess is murder.
6 hours later.
6 hours later.
Yeah, you don't have to go through every crime if you want, but you're confessing to murder.
To murder,
Yep.
kidnapping,
Yep.
forcible confinement, really.
This is when you were in Foundry and
When he was in Foundry,
you were hunting down people.
yeah,
Okay.
and, like his friend, he's captured and tortured him to death.
Okay.
Torture.
And the murders during the riots. He gleefully threw people in a pit that were given up.
And these times were during the troubles in Foundry.
Some of them were, yeah.
I see. You do hear a pen scritching against paper. Later on, you'd realize that them documenting your confessions isn't a thing that's typically done. Something odd.
No, I've also been. Some of the confession is just like I'm a bad person because I'm greedy and avarice.
Yep.
And I ate a guy's brain.
These are the criminal things that you did while you were in Foundry.
While I was in Overlook, whatever form it is, released something into the sewers.
Released something.
I can't explain what it is, but sometimes I can hear people's thoughts. People within the city.
Without them speaking to you.
Yes, with just glimpses. I can't control it.
Are you hearing these voices now?
I'm assuming not.
No.
No.
And are they religious voices or the voices of beings from other places?
They're the voices of the people.
You hear other people's voices in your head. You can hear some scritching. And when did this madness start?
Not madness. There are aberrations, like gold. Don't be frightened. Gordon, get down.
Oh.
He's friendly.
My.
I have an affinity with these creatures.
Yes. I see. And the reason for your confession is...
I have done wrong. I need to atone, to be punished for what I have done.
Yes. You are the hunchback of Foundry, are you not?
Yes.
I see. There are many religious rites on this pamphlet. You should say as many as you can.
I will begin immediately.
And continue to ask the five-faced god, in particular of the mother, for her mercy, while I go and fetch the authorities.
I will be waiting. And please, sister, make sure the money goes to those in need.
These are not your belongings?
No, I'm wearing my belongings. That money is for the innocents I have harmed.
The two of them gawk at the fortune for a while. We should secure that into my office. Yes, Brother Grovald.
I can lift it if you want.
Okay, you go in. Continue saying your prayers, and I must go fetch the authorities. Most unregular. He should be... This is a church matter. He desires punishment. Some of his crimes likely are against those here in Overlook. Besides, I don't know if we have a place to keep him. He decides he no longer wants to be here.
You probably don't.
Okay. They go and fetch authorities. There's a bunch of city guard, a mixture of humans and dwarves in medium armor with shields, spears, man catchers.
Amadeus, by the time he gets there, has already removed all his magic items
Yep.
and everything and put them in a box.
Okay, not the big box you're donating.
Not the big box of donations, but a box from
All right, and then what are you doing with Gordon?
Gordon stays on my back.
Okay. These authorities, you're pretty sure that you could beat them all up on your own.
Even
They-
without the items.
They seem really concerned about who you are. They place some like loops over your hands. They put on some manacles, and they.
There's some manacles in the box.
You're doing it wrong.
What are these? His belongings. Personal effects. They take a glance in the box. They see a bunch of gear. They close the box, and one of them puts a padlock on it. They pull that onto a very heavy prisoner wagon. They put that on the roof, and then kind of, if you're going along peacefully,
He goes along peacefully.
they're not moving you. You're moving of your own accord.
Yeah.
Shuffle into by the graces of the five-faced God, continue to pray for the Mother's mercy.
Thank you.
There's the sister and him continue to argue as you kind of roll away.
At the same time, he's like, what the fuck is your problem? Jesus.
And you are brought to a prison. You're pretty sure that the problem that was handed off to these guards, they argue a little bit internally about where they're going to put the Hunchback of Foundry. They know how strong you are, and they've heard of some of your deeds. And you guys are, what, 14th level characters?
14th level, yeah.
Yeah, they put him. Don't know. And then they come to the conclusion that you're going to be put into the pit, which is the colloquial name of the prison of Overlook. Now, the prison of Overlook is a tower, but the tower sits, and that's where processing and some of the storage and offices are. But it sits over top of a large, almost like a mine shaft that leads down. The prison cells are along the sides of the mine shaft, and at the bottom you can smell the horrible stench of a pig pen, and all of the waste from all the cells are kind of go out in little pipes down into the pig pen, where these where these pigs live, and it hooks up to the sewers that way. And the only way to get down to your particular level of your prison is a large clanking lift that would raise down to get particular prisoners. The underside of the lift looks really spiky, like you don't want to be hanging on the outside of your cell, trying to climb or anything like that when the lift comes down. And it looks like they've thought of some of the common ways that people might get out. They stick you into the pit, and for the next few days, you just are kind of alone with Gordon in the pit.
Cog does does a sending.
Yep. How many days after Amadeus left?
No, like 2 days. Like,
Okay, so we're into the next week. Oh no, 2 days is part of that week. All right, so let's see what happens first. Roll a d20, Cog.
D20? Okay.
Yep.
Now you give me an 18?
All right, so you win initiative before something weird happens.
Hey, Amadeus. This is Cog. This is Ascending. I hope you're well. Just checking up on you. Everyone here is quite upset. Let me know how you're doing.
I am well. Gordon and I are healthy. We're where we need to be right now. Thank you.
One spell a day, that's all you get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The food, they don't come down via the elevator to give you the food. The food just sort of comes down a pipe that ends up into like a little trough, and then water also ends up in a trough. Like they turn on a tap and there's a pipe that goes down.
You eat out of your trough,
Yeah,
like the pigs below us.
like the pigs below you. It appears that this is highly secure. You're not too sure about magical protections. Given enough time, you're pretty sure you could punch through this door. Given how strong you are, you could hear other prisoners like yelling. You could see the guy right across the way, very skinny man. Something about his skin maybe a little bit gray. He might actually be one of those Shatter Kai.
Okay. Shadow people, huh?
There is the whisper of somebody above you, like, "Hey,
Whoa.
what are you in for?
All sorts of things.
We thought you were the fucking giant. Another giant. A blue skin guy got put down here.
We brought him in last week.
I wouldn't say it too loud. He's just below you.
Hey, you remember me?
You talking to me, human?
You can't see you, but
Mhm.
you see some big blue. Some big blue.
He lets his
yeah.
long arm just kind of slink down. You remember me?
Grapple.
What are you doing here?
I'm in for murder.
Strong. They kill the weak. Those of Overlook have forgotten that rule.
You should shut up.
And they punish those that have come to remind them. Yeah, that guy's not gonna good behavior his way out.
You don't know how to get out of here, do you?
Just some clanging of chains. They might have left him in chains. You still have manacles, but you're just so adept at moving around that. Yeah, exactly. I think Gordon's just flipping around, just having a look, looks down at the pigs, and you coax him back from climbing down, and
He can probably go through the bars.
he goes through the bars. He's small enough.
He's
He can
got
get
compression.
Yeah,
So.
he could go running around this place.
But I don't want to get him to get hit by the lips, so I try to keep.
Yep. You were sleeping on this mat. There's like at least a stone bench or kind of like that you could sleep on. Yeah. You're a little bit too big for it, but I guess this is the punishment that you think that you deserve. When something just landed on your ear.
Oh, no.
It hasn't crawled inside yet. Get it! Roll initiative.
Plus, oh, my dex is lower now. Hang on. Look at the character sheet. Reduce dex because I lost my item. Plus 5? Yeah, plus 5. 22.
Okay, I got a 24. The thing, you're like, and it goes right into your ear.
Mythic point.
No, let's see what happens.
Okay, you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, Amadeus
And-
broke out of prison, killed everyone, and
You start hearing conversations.
Okay.
This time it's a guy talking about bending metal in a particular way. You speak Dwarven, right?
Yeah.
There's a dwarf having a conversation about how many times it takes to make a good axe by bending metal. And then there was a customer that came in to see if their belt buckles were ready yet.
Okay. I'm having the episodes again.
And then it flew off, and you hear two lovers taking a carriage ride, whispering their affections for each other with some panting. Things that Amadeus has never known. And it continues on for a while, like to the point where you don't get really good sleep that night because you just start realizing that you're hearing conversations. You don't know if they're current or have happened in the past, or.
Okay.
And eventually, you're like half asleep, like you just want sleep, and then it stops.
Oh, he
It still feels like there's like water in your ear.
prays to the five-faced god for deliverance from this madness.
The next, you get some sleep and you wake up and there's a little bit of blood trickling out of your ear, and then you're kind of obsessed with trying to pick this thing out.
Yeah.
And eventually you manage to find a couple of pieces of straw where you pull this thing out and get your fingernails on it and like squish your little things, and even Gordon helped. Like he little tentacle in his little beak kind of he pulled it out, and it's one of those weird flies that you found before.
Fuck. He's gonna keep it.
Okay? It's dead.
Yeah.
Like it's not moving anymore.
Yeah.
Like it died in your ear, and it seemed to lose like maybe part of its
Stinger in there.
stinger is still.
Keep it so we can show it for evidence. I'm not crazy. These things fly in my ear. I hear things.
Okay. All right.
And then we pray to the five-faced god.
You pray to the five-faced god. All right. So Amadeus praying to the five-faced god. He means it, right?
Yes,
And then you took a spellcasting class recently when you leveled.
he did.
Which one? Like Inquisitor, I think.
Inquisitor.
Okay. We're gonna say that in Amadeus's time in prison, he receives divine connection to the five-faced god. He's already technically received his atonement from Sunny, who cast the spell, which changed your alignment back to its original alignment. Plus, that kind of absolved you of, at least in the eyes of the gods. So, the five-faced god does accept any lawful petitioner, and Amadeus, in his time of prayer, has made a divine connection. But you also realize that there's something weird happening here.
Like in the city or with the ear thing? I mean,
Well,
that's obviously weird.
The fly. This is the second time you've
Yeah.
encountered this thing.
Yes. I think Barnabas said it was from another, it wasn't natural to this world.
All right. So you spend at least 5 days in the prison. We're getting to the next week.
Okay.
Agony, we don't know what's happening. Slate continues his hardening. Cog is crafting a blade augment. Thogrim, you're doing some...
Cog is doing his Dayfrill. The augment is
Dayfrill?
Dayfrill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the blade augment? All right.
There's something I wanted to ask. Cog is crafting a +6 dex belt, like down here.
Okay, so Thogrim is crafting for Cog a +6 belt. Yeah?
You muted.
You muted yourself.
Sorry, we've got a couple of +4 belts in the treasure pile. Can we, because he's building it from scratch, can we grab one of those +4s and just save some money that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just figure out the delta.
Okay.
All right, so Cog, the blade has already been fashioned. You're just affixing it to your arm, and I think I already did the write-up in your character sheet. Like
It is,
when,
yeah.
When you switch between, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, it's one of those, and I think it's the slashing one.
Yeah. It's the slashing blade.
Thogrim I've got marked down as crafting Barnabas tattoo, but is that changed to a different tattoo, or is that an item now, or what is this?
One got transferred to an item, but I still got 2 tattoos being done.
2 tattoos being done?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one I'm also going to put down as there is your strange item. So this is more of the bloodline item, right?
Sure. Yeah. That's the item.
Okay.
That's the one I it's not a tattoo, it's a slotless item.
Yep.
It's like the black tooth of the aboleth.
Okay, so let's go to the I guess it's the
forge.
forge for Barnabas interacting with Thogrim. Thogrim, you're happy. You're overlooking at your industry, crafting magic items for the party. Things are going well. Your simulacra are a super big help because they're basically combined like a second Thogrim in all of the crafting. And then you get to this list, this item. Describe the item that you want Thogrim to craft for you.
It is a tooth that filled with the blood of a sorcerer from the abelethic bloodline.
Sending.
No,
Barnabas,
Barnabas is in the.
Yeah.
Is in
oh,
He's actually over your shoulder like,
Barnabas, what the hell is this?
it's, you see, what it is I want the powers from that bloodline. It would be very helpful to me.
What's the effect of this thing on
Is
you?
this an ampule of false blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this going? Just so you know, this will have an effect on you. Yes.
Yeah, that is the point of a magic item.
And what is the effect? The side effect, not the magical effect. The side effect. That's what I'm worried about.
There's no side effect. It's a magic item. It's like saying there's a side effect.
Barnabas, what is the side effect?
There's no side effect.
Barnabas, what is the fucking side
It
effect?
just alters the powers of my sorcerer's blood. I will no longer shoot bolts of force. There'll be globs of acid. Woo!
Okay.
Okay, do I know what this like? I have to know what this item is. What is
Yeah,
it?
so this item normally is an ampule of false blood that normally is a next slot item, requires a 15th level caster to create, that would transmute a person's blood from one type to another. It requires Craft Wonders item, limited wish polymorph, and special, the creator must be a sorcerer of the appropriate bloodline. The way that Barnabas wants it crafted is he wants it crafted as a tooth, which is technically a slotless item, so he's spending some additional coin to make it slotless. The problem you're seeing, Thogrim, is that you're not a sorcerer of the appropriate bloodline. It would be much easier if you were, or you had some substitute for that.
Abelethic bloodline.
Yes, I know it's a problem, but I'm sure you can get around it.
I-
Very good at what you do.
I can
Now-
fake. I can fake almost everything here, but this I might not be able to.
Thogrim, given your current aberrant, chaotic
Situation.
corruption level, you actually think that this is a good idea to craft.
Well, this fucking makes sense. We should all have one.
Agree.
Now, problem
Thinking
solving.
that you need some blood. Look at this. Eh?
Hmm.
This might work. This just
You-
might bloody
you-
work.
Yeah, give me a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana for Thogrim.
Can I aid him?
Yeah.
I aid you.
Or Barnabas could take
Oh,
the
they're
lead.
all the same.
Okay, I'll do the knowledge arcana and take the lead.
Okay, I aid you.
Okay, so I will.
And you get plus 10 because I aid, other Thogrims aid, Talk aids. Wait, no, plus 4. There's 12. We all aid.
A little Thogrim huddle happens. Yeah.
All right, Thogrim, get in here. Get in here. A quick question
plus
for all
10,
of you.
another plus 4 from
No,
Polly.
it's plus 12.
Plus 12?
Yeah.
Plus 4 from Polly is plus 16.
Because Polly aids at a plus 4.
And so that brings me to 12 plus 70. I will take 20 and spend a mythic point,
Okay.
bringing us to 110. There's 4 ways to do that.
All right. So what is a sorcerer?
Sorcerer is someone whose blood grants them the ability to cast magic spells.
Yeah. And their blood is of some creature that somehow intermingled with their blood, either through breeding or magic long ago, or even recently. So what you actually would be a good substitute is not just a sorcerer with the bloodline, but an actual aberrant creature. Specifically, Aboleth, right? Or
Yes,
why Aboleth?
because that's the bloodline.
That's the bloodline? Okay, that's the Abolethic bloodline. Barnabas, or Mark and Ahmed, does the party know the nature of the creatures that fiddled with Amadeus?
I don't think he spoke of it. And I don't think Sonny did either. Sonny was kind of in there,
Yep.
but no.
Okay.
Well, maybe. I can't remember. I don't think so.
It was a while back,
It
right?
was like a year ago. It was down here a year ago.
No one questioned what happened to Amadeus when he came back.
Oh, they must have. Even if it was just around campus. What the fuck? Your face is symmetrical, kind
Yeah,
of.
with over 100, you're like, that? Amadeus might, and Aboleths are aberrants, and Amadeus encountered a bunch of Aboleth swimming around in the seas of chaos, of all places, in the mines, the lost mines.
Mhm.
If you could find an Aboleth, no, wait, they used something to fill in the gaps that made Amadeus whole. There's a chance that Thogrim, if you took some of his blood with his current level of corruption and took a lot of it and boiled it down into the essence of the corruption, you might be able to use that as a component. You're pretty sure that you'd have to leech Thogrim several times over of every drop of blood to get at some sort of like essence of corruption. But Amadeus is an aberration.
Yeah. What if I have?
If his blood is Abolethic bloodline, then that would work. Second idea, because you rolled over 100 on your knowledge arcana.
Yep.
10.
110.
Master. This is actually Thogrim 6-1. Master.
Yes.
Master,
Yes.
we're forgetting something.
What is it?
There is that closet.
Which one?
What closet?
Remind me.
The workshop in the mine. All those fabulous components that we never did catalog.
Bloody hell.
Where the scale of Tiamat ended up fused to agony.
Oh. Yeah, that should have been a portent, I suppose.
There might be something there that could help us. You know,
Brilliant. Brilliant, 6-1.
Yeah, if you care to listen to my ideas anymore.
Not really, but go on.
We could do that. Make a quick trip. What do you say?
Absolutely. R61. Let's go see what's there.
Are you bringing me with you, Master?
Of course. It's your idea.
Okay. The other Thogrims are looking at 6-1 with jealousy.
Oh, they're gonna beat you when you get
Beat television.
You end up doing this
plane shift
to some
teleport.
rando location that's 270 miles away in some direction, and then I'll roll the 5%. No, there's no encounter. You end up in the mountains somewhere. Yeah, so you're way up in snowy mountains, and you're
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Let's go.
We teleport to I don't know if I can't remember if we can teleport there. We can teleport to the mouth of the cave and then walk the rest of the way.
Yep. You could also go check in with the people in Overlook first, unless you're going to go just directly there.
Let's go directly there.
Okay.
Actually, Barnabas, Overlook or just find out if we got the rights. Let's see if we find out if we got the goods. Then we can go to Overlook.
Master, may I make another suggestion?
Yes?
Both of you are casters, as well as I. I am a living spell. Perhaps we should bring one of the warriors with us.
Where the fuck is that?
Man, 6-1, you're on the ball today. Holy shit.
Yes, Master, I try.
Where's Cog? Tending the fucking bar.
Slake, Cog. Slake's gonna wanna.
Snake's not gonna come.
Cog, I believe Cog is our new tank now.
Alright, let's go get Cog.
Bloody hell.
Or your friend, Brennos. 6-1's just muttering to himself.
Oh,
6-1 still remembers he has strong friendship with Brennos, and
not Brennos. He's praying.
I'm trying to hint that if you go there and something happens, maybe we should have an Adam character there.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sure,
Doesn't
we'll
mean we don't bring a
teleport.
Cog.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll teleport, grab Brennos.
Okay,
We could grab Cog as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Half-Axe Inn. You guys teleport there from the mountain range that you plane shifted to, and you do see Brennos arguing with Cog and Widget. What the fuck is Widget?
What are we arguing about? Oh yeah, I know what we're arguing about. He wanted to go.
Sonny is looking through the Farseer while also participating. What do you mean? You just let him go. Where is he?
Well, I have communicated with him 2 days ago. He's said he's fine in here he's where he's supposed to be. But you have to understand, he's had enough. He decided he's leaving, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah,
I asked him to
he's coin with him. He's probably made half the people in Overlook rich by now.
Who are we talking? What are we talking about here? Why is there come out?
Amadeus left.
I'm sorry. What?
Amadeus left.
Why? Did you not get enough coin?
I think the problem was a moral situation. He looked like he was looking for
Why
spiritual
did this
guidance.
happen? What happened to him? He was such a wonderful, wonderful thug.
Hello. The Druid of Volcanic had nothing to do with it.
Sense motive.
Sonny just wants to go back to look at the Farseer. He's basically telling you, don't involve me in this.
No. Motive. 61.
So where is he? I did tell him that he needed to go visit the gods, but I figured that there'd be people here with him, helping him on his path. No, Sonny's too wrapped up in the farseer of rest. He's trying to not be involved in.
Can someone tell me what turned him from this wonderful gold craving
Oh yes,
beast
right.
of grappling into this crying, melancholy ball of twisted flesh?
I don't know. Amadeus has had many mood swings over the time we've been with him.
It's quite a fucking mood swing.
He was all kind of meek, and then he was mean and really great to be around. And he got really mean. He was kind of creepy. Then he became, what was the word? Same on both sides.
Pathetic.
No, same on both sides. And then he's been grumpy ever since, I don't know, treasure. He wanted to be rich, and then I guess he didn't want to be rich.
Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
He was having a problem with all the things that he's been doing. The mean things, all of the violence. That redemption is the one thing that comes to mind. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But he wasn't going to find that with us, and he'd already made up his mind.
The cards did it.
The what?
The cards. There was throwing cards.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, they did it. They changed them from good Amadeus to grumpy Amadeus.
When was this?
A long time ago in Foundry.
So, before I met you or after?
The Druid of Volcanica doesn't think in such chronological ways.
You mean past and present?
Not on the scale. So he was around that time when we were in Foundry.
Alright, so...
I don't remember if you met him. Did you meet him? I've got a spell that will help you remember if you met him.
That's alright.
Okay. The cards did it. And he was undone. Magic.
Okay, what the fuck is he talking about the cards, did he? Fucking pheasant.
I don't know. Throwing card. I mean, when we fought the vampires, yeah, there
It was
was
a long time ago.
There was some asshole that was shooting weird little magic things at us. It was like he had a magic deck of cards of all things. I wanted to chew the fuck out of that. There are some vampires or something. I don't know.
That's when he changed. That's when he became mean. I remember that.
So he gets hit by a card and then he gets mean?
Right.
He had a bit of a mean streak after that, but we didn't know him too well.
He was very mean after that, says Sonny. Okay, Sonny's...
Yeah, he did become more mean after that. I remember.
Alright, and then after...
He's just continued to be getting worse and worse, more meaner.
So what
Much
made him go nice?
Atonement.
Well, who the fuck cast an atonement on him? The amulet? Unfucking likely.
The god.
What god, Sonny?
Magic. He was
sensing
turned
guilt.
back how he was before. We will do the same with you, Barnabas.
Sonny? Did you cast the atonement on Amadeus?
He was cursed by magic.
So take that as a yes.
Magic. Your plus 60 in sense motive
Yeah.
would have kind of sucked something out. What is Sonny's bluff? Sorry, Adam.
It can't be us.
Would have done the same.
No, I wouldn't have.
Bluff is his charisma.
I rather liked him the way he was.
He's like out of 10 charisma. Yes, well, It is not his true being.
Yes, but what you have managed to do that the Ghost Lord himself could not do is wipe 2 members of the League out. Oh yes, you helped Amadeus with your atonement spell. You helped Agony when you encouraged him to play with the mask. Did you help?
I did not encourage him to play with the mask, and the mask was sitting in the treasure pile for weeks.
Did you or did you not suggest that magic, the best way to learn from it is to experiment?
Yes, and he's off maybe having great experiences as a black dragon.
Do we still have his skin lying about? Because I'm going to suggest that's not a good experience. Thogrim, I'm curious, did he help you decide to touch pure chaos?
Bastard, he did!
Sonny, for the last time, stop helping!
Well then.
Why don't you go look at your Farseer more?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I think I may have found something. Would you like to take a look?
Not at all.
Oh, all right then. Guess I'll just continue to track the tracks.
As he's walking away,
Oblivious as to why any of this is a concern.
as he's walking away, Barnabas tries to grab the rifle and Thogrim's back.
Mister gives you a piece of her mind before running up the stairs. Yeah, you really told him.
Fucking hell.
And he's got kind of a point.
Who?
Both of you? Not getting in between this.
Fucking right, you know.
You know, I ain't staying here forever.
I don't expect anyone to stay forever. A little notice if he dies before you leave, by the way. It'd be nice.
All right, well, consider that my notice then. No, I'm not leaving, but, you know, I'm not staying here forever, so.
I'm just saying, like, we got a job coming up.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
No. I mean, let me be clear. Everyone here is free to leave whenever they so please.
You're lucky Eamon. Well, actually, Eamon's not here.
Now.
So where is Amadeus? This is Brennos.
Where is he?
Did he say where he was?
Hey, Cog, where is he?
Fucking beer mug goes
He said-
like a wooden mug goes clanging into Cog or missing.
He said he was where he was supposed to be. I mean, I can send again and ask him.
So you don't know. Wait, you're talking to him magically and you ask him where the fuck he was?
He said, I'm where I'm supposed to be. He didn't answer. He's making a potion.
Probably at some fucking temple somewhere.
What's your horses?
Whinging about
Actually,
horrible things he's done.
Barnabas, you talk to him.
Would you like to roleplay tonight? I've already taken up like 80% of the night.
Well, it's because you missed a game or two where it's like, oh, we have.
Yeah,
no,
you missed a few days, so it's good. There you go.
Just talk to him, says Widget.
Fine.
No, he's saying to
Good
Cog.
cog. He might not answer.
Better.
He might not answer.
Stuff, right?
Yeah, you both do though.
Hey, Amadeus. Guess what? Barnabas is pissed. He just wants to know you're all right. Where are you?
And Brennos, too.
And Brennos.
Don't come for me. I don't care if Barnabas is pissed. Tell the others I'm sorry I left without saying goodbye.
Don't come for me. I don't care if Barnabas is pissed. Tell the others I'm sorry that I left without saying goodbye. The man's made up his mind.
You know what? I would wager he could still be here with us if he hadn't been atoned.
Sonny! Yes, Judah Volcanica here.
I'm gonna hide that on you, and I'm gonna laugh.
No, I'm learning a lot about the terrain around Mulgamons, or whatever's left of it. There are tracks.
Ooh.
Would any of you like to take a look? Don't worry, it's magic, so it's okay.
Oh, would anyone like to take Sonny's advice on his magic?
Wonder grumbling returning.
I think we're good, Sonny, thank you.
All right, I'll just be up here.
Oh, you don't say. All right.
God, I'm just gonna play crude joke on him. I'm just gonna hide it. Not you too, mister.
All right, so Amadeus is gone. What's done is done. Gives a dirty look up the stairs at Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. You know what? I half expected some of you to drop out anyway after the big windfall we got. I mean, it's certainly enough to retire on, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you're rich as a king.
I didn't spend all my money on magical doodads and doohickeys.
That's what I mean. You're rich as a, well, we'll call it a dwarven thane, given the...
I got still stuff I gotta do.
All right.
Going up north, remember?
When Amadeus ever comes back, you could let him know I might have some information about the lighthouse.
Okay,
In the meantime, the sage would be a nice paperweight.
the crazy sage and the purple gem. All right, half the party doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right, so what are you going back to the? What are you doing to get the bloodline component for Barnabas's weird item? How are you going to get Abelet bits or blood?
Well, we're going to check that storage room. I might actually have some Amadeus blood. I don't know if it's enough for what we need. Thogrim, Brennos, and Amadeus. Why don't I have everybody? Go from Gordon for scrying. Why don't I have widget bits for scrying?
Yeah, I gave them to you.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Oh,
And then Sunny can't be scryed upon.
Sunny can't be scryed upon, so. Yeah, well, apparently I got Thogrim, well, I don't know if, it's probably old Amadeus blood, I don't know if it counts.
Yeah, that's a good question. They may not be as effective.
Alright, let's try the mine, all that stuff we never catch along. See what we can find.
We're going back to the mine.
Yeah, I gotta look for something.
There's still fucking critters down there. Leftover medusas or basilisks or...
Well, evidently they killed like 3 more medusas over at the Howling Crag, so hopefully that's not.
Good work. Alright, I'll come with you to the mine. You visit my mine.
Alright, right, Cog, can we get you along as well?
Sure, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one blade augment isn't ready yet, so you can only switch between stabbing and bludgeoning, I guess, for this particular one.
Yep.
You guys teleport to the vicinity of the crag. Let's roll a random encounter. Nothing. It's clear day in the valley. and you don't find anything worth role-playing or doing the combat for, and in the area with all those statues, you can go back to the picture of the mine. This was not the monastery, but the mine. That's so many campaigns. That's number 2. Yeah, the mine's correct. So you go through the cavern of the Undergod.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll put down the tokens of those that are going. So you're bringing 6-1.
Yep.
Cog, Brennos, and Barnabus, along with Thogrim.
All right, 6-1, prepare yourself for some battle.
Updated Thogrim.
6-1 has his own sheet. The 7s have their own sheet. And their old gear. And spells prepared.
Thogrims.
Black number 3.
These are all the guys. Okay. Rows and rows of ancient statues, petrified beings, placed there by the hordes of Medusa and basilisks, some of which were flying basilisks. Horrid memories of fighting these creatures come to you as you're passing through this area. It's quiet, very suspiciously quiet. The massive four-armed statue holding up the cavern. This ancient civilization that was here long before the Imperium came to this world. The crumbling ruins in which these horrible beasts sat, Queen Shephatiah in her underworld kingdom. Mythic beings whose bloodlines you have supped upon in your blood theft. The whole group of you going into the wild magic of the mine?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe we'll put up spells before we get there.
I'll keep an eye on 6-1, see how he behaves, see if he starts acting a little weird or whatever.
6-1 seems to still have his form when he goes through the edge of it. There was a bit of a flicker or a ripple. You go through the mining camp of the Thunder of the Rockseeker brothers and find that very little has been disturbed since the last time that you were here. I think you just left bodies.
Barnabas puts up a good hope.
Alpha then returned.
Oh, this guy.
You hear a voice in the darkness.
Welcome, welcome.
The bodies are gone.
Is there anything that I can do for you?
Hey, where's Howie?
Oh, wrong cannon.
I have a cannon and Howie. I still know where they are. I don't know where Howie is.
I don't know where Howie is either. Farseer of Rest. No, you might not be on these maps.
Which you said I can't.
Windows, Explorer, tokens. Was he just called Howie? There he is.
You found him?
Yep.
There we go.
Chunky boy.
Now he's leading the way.
He's leading the way.
Yeah, he's a little.
Don't shoot, don't shoot.
Oh. Oh yes, you. How's it going, thing?
You do not remember my name.
I remember you swim.
Yes, yes, and I'm very hungry.
Right.
The hungry swimmer.
Master,
Hungry
shall I
swimmer.
shoot the horrid beast?
No, not yet.
Hold on, Howard. You can't even see him from here.
Yes, master. Holding.
No need to fire yet. We don't have a threat.
You left me so many wonderful things to eat.
Yeah, you're welcome for that. Now, we're just curious, has anyone been here since we've left?
Anyone has been here?
Other than you.
There were some cloud giants that came here to have a look shortly after you left, but I have not seen them here in a long time. Many hungry nights and days.
Okay.
I cannot be everywhere at once. Occasionally things do come swimming out of the booming cavern, out of the tides of chaos. The small critters come from mines to eat the carrion, but I chase them away or eat them myself. None of your miners have come here yet.
Oh, they'll be on their way, though.
They're not to be harmed.
How will I know that they are not to be
Well, there'll be
harmed?
dwarves, and they'll be dressed as miners.
Yes. Dwarves, miners, workers. These caves will become busy again.
Indeed. If you excuse us, we have to go look at something.
Yes, yes. Go look.
Let's get out of it. Let's just go get what we're supposed to look for. Bullshit here.
You find the mage's private sanctum workshop, where I think this is where you figured the Dayfrill.
That's where the Dayfrill tools were. Yep.
Barnabas is just going to check the door again for traps, just in case cloud giants
Yeah.
had an
They're being
idea.
funny.
Like, oh, fucking get them.
No, there are no magical traps. The door is snug. It is, I think, arcane locked, but you're able to get through it without there being like actual somebody who locked it behind. So you break into the mage's private sanctum, pop your head in real quick, and things are mostly how you left it. Some of the tools may have been moved around. Somebody may have worked on a thing briefly, but it's all intact.
Okay, well, let's...
Master, I like this place.
Yes. That's quite important to us, actually.
Yes, master.
All right.
Well, where's this? Where are we looking for exactly, Barnabas?
Ingredients.
Yeah. All right.
Ingredients for magic items.
And Cog, open the door.
Yeah, Cog, immediately you see dozens of arcane ingredients that you can't even identify.
Barnabas probably can.
Well, some of these things I don't even know what they are, Barnabas.
Let's have a look-see.
Just an odd collection of bits and bobs, things from creatures, weird metals, substances, common-looking items that maybe have some historical or magical importance. And it, while somewhat neatly placed in the room, they're all kind of they're all like there's so much of it that it's hard to not call it a clutter. each one of these things might require like either some sort of magic to discern, or maybe even a legend lore to figure out why it's important. You kind of miss the Chagga power where he picks up a thing and reads its aura.
Let's look for tentacly things.
For tentacly things, sure. Let's see.
It's a good start.
Yeah, you look for blood and tentacles and bits and bobs. So there are some blood samples, and then there are some preserved things in jars, and then there might just be something in the rack of skins of different creatures. So there's 3 percentile rolls that you guys can roll.
Sure. You go ahead and take one, Ahmed. 87 is probably not it.
Okay.
15.
So there's no blood, but there is a preserved aboleth of a young age in a brine jar. You assume it's brine. And then another percentile.
12.
You also find some, at first you thought it was eel skin, but it's actually aboleth skin, that there's enough that you could make a shirt out of for a medium-sized creature.
Can you use any of this?
Thogrim will an Alter Arcana.
Yeah, you might as well grab both just in case there's not enough aboleth in the baby aboleth, but...
Oh, no. We're grabbing all of it.
No, there's only the 2 things.
I know, but there's a bunch of other things.
Okay. All the arcane ingredients.
Oh, I will leave everything here.
All right, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Some weird arcane stuff.
Oh, here are the things we're taking. These are the things we need. He's just like taking just the bottles.
Okay, so you start taking bottles and you realize that there are some of the bottles that you just took are back on the shelf.
Oh, Barnabas. I love this place.
You guys have the aboleth like thing in the jar, and you notice that there's another jar there with brine in it, but there's nothing currently in it. Like it's almost like you didn't see it happen. It's almost like it happened when you weren't looking.
Okay.
Whoever made this place is beyond me.
So you grab the aboleth things and you manage to leave into the workshop.
Yeah.
They're not disappearing.
Okay.
You have the aboleth skin and the aboleth, the polyp of like the little larvae of a aboleth, tadpole, if you will.
Okay, now let's see if we can get out the next door with it.
Okay. The tadpole you have purpose to have, and the skin. I think you think that there's purpose to have it,
Yeah.
so you guys are able to leave the door with these items.
Let's wrap it up.
Thogrim, it was Cog just grabbing random things, right?
Cog's grabbing. Actually, it was Thogrim that was grabbing stuff, but he saw that this is happening.
Yep.
He's like, there's no point. Let's just take what we need right now, and this place it'll have it if we need it.
Yeah, or
He wants to identify. He wants to grab it and start identifying these things. He wants to know what they are.
Which one?
A bunch of things. Like grab some really interesting samples and see what they are.
Okay.
Like he'll take like 10 bottles of stuff and try to identify what they are.
Are you identifying them in the closet?
No, he doesn't want to. He wants to identify them outside.
Okay. By the time you bring them outside, they've left your hands and your bag.
Fascinating. Do we still have the aboleth stuff?
Yeah, Barnabas is hugging onto these things like his life depended on them.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
It's like a god's closet.
Says Brennos.
Some very powerful magics that do that.
Like a religious term?
I don't know, but it provides what you need when you need it. Doesn't like you being greedy. Don't be greedy, Thogrim.
I was trying to identify what they are. Might figure out what they're used for. We'll have to figure out what it is.
Closet or Adventurer's Bay. Can't lead with it.
It's the wizards that were here before. They trifled in or practiced in all sorts of great and powerful magic. And we're right next to Chaos's cave. They might have figured out how to harness it. We should study this place more. Not try to bring it with us, but come down here and actually take a look.
Agreed.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, can't you do the fucking let's talk to it, figure out what to do?
Talk to the mine.
You know, the legend lore.
With the mine, you mean?
Oh, it's a forge over there.
Yeah, okay. No, it's not ours, right?
Anyway, it's important.
Alright. You want to know. Barnabas will cast Legend Lore.
There's no point in crafting for Amadeus.
Not anymore.
I'm going to shift all of these guys up.
Yeah, you could cut Amadeus out of there.
Now, the only thing he was getting done was he was going to get his gloves upgraded with runes anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Barnabas. Brennos is not wrong. While this little forge at the center of the mage's workshop is spends a lot of its time cold, when it is used to great effect. You think beings, and there's a blur of them, too many to perhaps just kind of go through a litany or a list of names, and maybe even the forge is a bit secretive about that. But you know that epic magic weapons and armor can be crafted here. You still need the feats, but it's a place that's suitable for such crafting. You also know that there is a ritual around this particular thing that your token is standing on that can bless existing magic arms and armor to increase their potency for a period of time.
Okay.
Once per season, you can increase the plus of any magic weapon or armor, and it can go above +5.
Well,
You might have to spend some more. Well, actually, legend lore, the thing is in front of you. You actually start to piece together what you have to do. You have to light the forge with one of the each elements of the season, of the 4 seasons. and place the item in like atop the forge to receive the blessings of the Order of Seasons.
Cool.
So, yeah, this is a handy little tool if you have it.